What?
No, 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 no,
Come
no,
on.
no, 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 cut the camera.
You aren't frightening clowns, are you?
This one's good. Oh yeah, my kids will be freaked out. Oh my God. While a large portion of expats in China are English teachers, there are still many other foreigners who have other kind of jobs, sometimes even their dream jobs. Despite their reputations, made in China products have improved tremendously in the last 2 decades. And therefore, we continue to see the majority of products on shelves around the world that are made in China. For example, your Halloween decorations, they are certainly made in China, but are often supervised by Americans. Today, I'm here at SVI. It's an American-owned holiday product company that are in South China. And I'm joined by Chris King. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Ziv, how you doing?
He's a product development coordinator working his dream job. This is Voices from China. All right, Chris, so where are you from?
I'm from a place called Sutton, Massachusetts, which is like in the middle of it all, right? It's in the middle of Massachusetts, in between Springfield, in between Boston, an hour away from Boston. It has more cows than people. It's like farmland, pretty much.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
So why did you come to China? How did it start?
Well, it started because I was working at a charity thrift store in Worcester, which is about 20 minutes away from Sutton. And because I was working there, they had a connection with one of the factories in China, in Dongguan actually, in Chashan, right? That factory owner owned our charity thrift store in Worcester, right? So since he owned that, they gave me an opportunity to come to China and work for the children of the workers at this place called Sevico, right? And so I did that for 2 months.
So it's like, it's one of those ways that you didn't plan.
I didn't plan.
It just happened.
No, it happened. If you asked me, like in college, if I ever planned on being in China or if I ever imagined myself here, I'd say no.
But how long have you been here now?
5 years now.
5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are at the company you work for, SVI Global.
SVI Global. Yes.
What is that?
So SVI Global originally in 2003 was seasonal Visions International, but it's taken on a larger sort of end customer. Like they have OEM customers now, and so we're not just Halloween and Christmas, but I focus on Halloween and Christmas. So now it has a different title, which is Service Value Integrity. So we still keep the acronym.
Okay. So what do you do?
I'm a product development coordinator. So like we make prototypes downstairs for all of our Halloween decorations,
Okay.
right? And between every step of prototype development, I'm there to say if this needs work, or like maybe there needs to be more balance to it. Like we work with clay, metal frames, we work with paint.
I think there is some here, right?
There are some here, exactly.
So you make Halloween decorations.
Yes, we make Halloween decorations.
Halloween decorations, and your company is quite big. The company is big. You sell to all the major retailers?
Yes.
Right, okay. And this is what you make?
Yeah, excellent.
What do we see here?
Right now you see several different animatronic figures that have been sold to multiple customers. These are the older ones, actually.
Okay.
So over here you have a witch, you have a werewolf, you have a reaper, you have a clown, and you also have the Looming Phantom, which is a classic. I recommend trying to start with a switch if you want to activate one.
So they do stuff.
Yes. In fact, like, really pay attention to the details. Come closer. Yeah? See?
Oh yeah, my kids will be freaked out. Oh my God. You know that's coming.
I knew that was coming.
So this kind of thing sells in like Walmart or big retailers, right?
Yes, big retailers.
And in the US. This is only American market, right?
No, it's also like Australia. We have a lot of places in Europe,
okay.
Mexico, Canada.
I wouldn't think, but I guess they do Halloween too.
Yes.
Right. So how did you get into Halloween working for Halloween company, doing these kind of things? Is this? I said it's your dream job
Yes.
because you told me this before.
Yes.
So this is what's your interest in that from before?
One time when I was younger in high school, I was reading a magazine and I saw like people carving these pumpkins in like this particularly artistic way, right? In which they don't carve all the way through, they just carve a little bit of the front, so it's like a relief sculpture, right? So I said, I want to do that, right? And there was one time where I got this opportunity where I heard on the radio that there was like this company that was looking for pumpkin carvers. I was like, that's me. I'm gonna do that, right? So I called up that company and they're like, oh, we're actually not looking for more people. And I said, don't worry, I'm gonna visit you. I'm gonna visit you and then you're gonna see my pumpkin carvings. So I went to them with a pumpkin carved, right? And the first thing they said to me was, you're hired,
Oh,
right? Yeah.
so there is a pumpkin carving jobs in
Yes.
the US,
Yes.
which people from around the world may be like not even aware of.
Right.
Right.
It's so popular in the United States.
So you like you always liked art?
I've always liked art, yes.
Okay.
I have my bachelor's degree in studio art.
So Halloween is huge in the States, right? You grew up in Massachusetts, you said.
Yes.
Did your house have all these decorations?
No,
Or
my
some
my house did not have huge decorations. In fact, like, if at all, I was the decoration. Sometimes I would wait really still with like a candy bowl on my lap, and like when somebody tried to take some candy, I'd be like, "Ugh!"
Oh, really? So this the peak is at on the trick or treat night, right?
Yes.
The end of October.
Absolutely.
But they decorate for a whole month. American homes.
I would say a lot of Americans like to have like decorations up as early as possible, like probably late September, early October, around there, because they like to show off their Halloween spirit.
Right.
People that love Halloween so much to like buy one of these animatronic figures, they're really passionate about it. They want it out there as long as possible.
What's the other ones do? Like,
You're gonna want to check this one out.
That their lives will come to an end.
So this one doesn't lunge, but if you look here, right? Sorry, it does lunge. Now, a lot of our items, they'll have light up eyes, they'll like move, like sometimes their torso will move,
Right.
sometimes their head will move, a lot of times their mouths will
right.
move.
Now, this is just a few. I mean, you got lots of stuff in this building
Yes.
that we cannot show,
Can't
right?
show you, sorry. Yeah,
Because-
we have a lot of new technology going on in our items,
Right.
a lot of new movements too.
Right.
But it's a secret for now.
Right, because Halloween is so big and people are waiting for the new products and it's surprise and
Yes.
retailers don't want it to be shown before it's in the store. What time of the year people can actually start buying this in America?
So like, say for example, we're going to release something this year.
Yeah.
You could probably buy something as early as now, right?
Right, we're in August, so yeah.
Yeah, so like a lot of our product is already out there, right? A lot of the items that we had planned to sell to a lot of these big retailers, you can actually go online and buy right now, or
Right.
you can like book it.
So you could book it and they'll send it to you. Packages
Right.
must be big. You say normal people buy this kind of big stuff, right? But you guys make masks.
We make masks.
You make other stuff, not just these big ones. But you are really well known for the
We're well known for the life size.
Okay.
But we do have a lot of masks. We have wigs. We also have accessories and costumes as well.
And so, what's exactly your part in the chain of making these products? Exactly.
So, like, I make sure that the prototype at each stage of development is
Yeah.
ready for review from the US team.
Okay.
Right? So it sort of is a big support role. Also, if we're ever sending samples to the customer, I review it before it's sent out, right? A lot of times they call me the Western Eye. So if you are in China and if you're having people make products for Halloween, right, you'd want somebody that's like either American or culturally grew up with Halloween to be looking at.
So it's really important that you are an American, you are enthusiast about Halloween. It's
Right.
really, really important.
Right.
So a Chinese person would not be able to do this job, or it would be much more difficult to do a good job.
It would be difficult, and they would need to have had that cultural upbringing of Halloween.
Right.
For example, like if I were in the United States and if I were making Chinese New Year decorations, right?
Right.
And if I thought something was good enough, I wouldn't think that would be sufficient because you would need somebody who grew up with that holiday culturally,
Right.
right?
Yes. Yeah, it makes sense. So there are some jobs that the culture background is very important in order to do the job well, right?
Right.
So what are the challenges that you face doing this kind of manufacturing, this kind of products in China?
The thing that I mostly come against is communication, right? I mean, that's an obvious one. It used to be a lot more difficult, right? But now that you slowly learn more relevant Mandarin to your job,
Right.
it slowly becomes more easy. And if you know the language, you quickly get more people's attention and people's respect quicker, right? So that way you're able to make more changes when you're at a factory.
So the language is important.
I would say the language
You
is
can do
very
it without it, but you can do a much better job with it.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Any other kind of challenges in because this is a very elaborated thing to make, right?
Right. I would say the other challenge is that I'm the only foreigner here, really, right? So there's nobody else that quite shares my mindset here
Right.
on site.
Right.
When I say something's not good enough, I might have everybody else disagreeing with me, right?
I'm gonna try this one.
Go for it.
Who wants to play a funny little trick tonight? Jokesters are all welcome.
It's gonna
here.
move.
I might have a trick.
It's not gonna jump at you.
It's not gonna jump?
No.
This one is not. So this kind of thing costs like a couple $100 or more.
Well, I would
In
say
the US.
I think this one's like about $100.
$100?
Sure. Yeah, but like
In
they
the-
can. A lot of our animatronic items can usually vary from around like 100 to 300, maybe even 400. depending on the item.
And I heard your company even has a following online, seasonal, right? Seasonal
Oh.
vision, because there are so many Halloween nuts
A huge
in the
cult
US.
following.
There is like a following. There is.
Yeah.
So they're like expecting, anticipating every year what you're gonna do.
Right. So
Okay.
like one time, like on Facebook, I saw one of our decorations there, and I posted something along the lines of like, "Hey, I was a part of that," and like the next minute, I had like my inbox flooded with messages. I'm like, "Well, I better not do that again. I better delete all those messages." And
Yes. Better if you want to keep your job.
yes.
So let's step out of this room. By the way, what do you do in this room exactly? This is like a kind of a unique room.
Oh, by the way, this is a room where we have meetings with customers
Okay.
as well as the US team. So, for example, if I wanted to show a customer, since they cannot come to China
During
right now,
these couple of years, yeah.
during the time of COVID, we would often bring these kind of items up here on this platform, and we can spin this platform in place.
We have cameras.
And we have cameras, like usually we have a camera right there.
Okay.
We'll bring in our photographers from SBI, and we'll have one stationed there, and we'll have one just floating around too. And we
Okay.
can switch the view.
So this is for online meetings and in a very high-tech way,
Yeah.
seeing the product if it's up to what they expect.
Yeah, up to snuff.
Okay.
Up to everything
Understand.
they want.
All right, cool. So we're coming here in towards your showroom,
Yep.
right?
Right.
And the doors are closed.
Yep.
It's Seasonal Vision's Christmas and Halloween showroom, and the doors are closed.
Zip.
Yes, okay. And,
No.
and what's going on behind these doors is crazy, crazy. It's, I don't know how big, but it's large. It got a lot of very cool Halloween products inside, but we can't see it because it's next season or next year, right? It's
Yes.
just new products. See how he puts the, the hand on the door, right? I wish I could show you what's behind there, but yeah, it's really, really nice. So, Chris, what do you think about living in China so far? Do you like it? What's good about it? What's bad about it?
I love it. I think life in China is very convenient. I think you meet a lot of interesting people from all over the world, and that's not something that you're going to get if you stay in your own country, in your own comfort zone.
Right.
I think there's something to be said going outside of your comfort zone and going into a place where you don't necessarily know the language right off the bat, and you don't understand the culture right off the bat. But as long as you go into a place with an open mind and without expectations, I think China is a wonderful place to be.
Is this job something that you see yourself doing for a career?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
I absolutely love Halloween. I've always loved ghost stories. I love spooky things, jack-o'-lanterns, right? It makes a lot of stories exciting when you throw monsters in them, right? So I always had a passion for like Halloween. I like Christmas too, but mostly Halloween.
You probably didn't even think this kind of job exists even.
No.
Like up to I don't know, before you started it.
I really tripped into this job. Like, so when I was working at Sevico, this company, SBI, caught wind of my pumpkin carvings back in Massachusetts.
Okay.
And they said that they wanted to give me a tour, and they sat me down and said, like, we want to hire you.
You're like,
You know?
I'll take it. Yes, that's cool. So, would you recommend Americans to come to work in China?
Well, I wouldn't go to a crowd of Americans say, come to China. I would go to select people that have open minds, right? I know, like in America, there are quite a few open-minded people, right? It takes the right person who is willing to take a very big decision in their life and change it. Like, I imagine myself being here for the rest of my life. That's a huge decision.
So, is there a kind of people you would recommend it? Like, if someone's looking for an adventure and is hesitating, is it a good place to come to?
If you want an adventure, it's a good place to come to.
Right.
If you want to, like develop your mind, and if you want to grow in that way in a few different respects, this is an excellent place to come to.
And a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
And you never know, you may start working doing something you didn't even think exists, like doing Halloween products.
Like this.
Well, all right, Chris. Well, thanks for the walk.
Thank you, Zed.
It was nice to see. I do want another pic without a camera in the showroom before I go.
Okay.
And if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. It will really help us grow. And until we see you next time, have a good day.